Franchise of the week. This is a franchise called Doody Calls. Pretty clever, huh? Okay, so the corporate location started out in 2000 in Virginia. Started franchising in 2004. They looks like they were bought out as of 2021 by Authority Brands, which is Authority Brands owns a bunch of different franchise brands. They have 2 corporate territories. They have 86 franchise units. For those of you who may not have been on a bunch of newsletters or familiar, franchise units doesn't mean franchisees, because you could have franchisees that own 2-3 units, aka territories, right? So there may only be, maybe there's only like 40 franchisees that own an average of like 2.1 or 2.2 units. Franchise fees, 50 grand, 49 grand, flat royalty fees of 7.5%, and national marketing fee, 1.5%. This is about as outside of like some of the cruise planning franchises, this is about as low as it's going to go with a brand that, really has kind of a big name and backing behind it, Authority brand. So investment range is between 64 grand and 83 grand. So less than $100,000 all in. And they do exactly what you think they do. So they offer exterior pet waste removal and odor control for residential and commercial customers, including, apartment complexes, commercial properties, homeowners associations, and other related services. They offer year-round, twice weekly, bi-monthly, monthly, and one-time pooper scooping services for yards of all sizes. They also provide and I would imagine this is the core of their business, waste station setup and supplies, including dog poop bags, bag dispensers, and bins. So you know how when you go to a park or a rest area and you see those bins where it says please clean up after your pet, and it has the bags you can take, and then it has a garbage can attached. This sort of business that's what they do. They provide those services, install it, provide the maintenance, refills, etc. So it's definitely it's a recurring revenue model overall, because people would, Squid Lips or apartment complex as well. Exactly. But obviously it's a recurring service that you need. What's funny is we're in North Carolina right now, and the place we're staying at has a backyard with that's specifically designed for dogs. It's kind of like a dog run area. The house has all sorts of cool stuff for dogs. We brought our dog with us, and they have one of these in the backyard, which is pretty interesting and ironic. Let's talk some numbers, guys. So one of the things. So here's our goal, by the way. We recently were working on our vision statement at Franchise Empire, and our goal is to become the most trusted authority on helping, individuals make money and improve the quality of life with franchising. And so, in the spirit of becoming the most trusted authority, because there's some people where they want to be the best and they want to be the authority. I don't think there's a ton of value in that if people don't trust you. So our goal is to earn your trust. And one of the ways to do that is to be incredibly transparent, which is one of the reasons why we do these newsletters, because you may have people out there that talk about just the big numbers, but what do the rest of the numbers look like? And the title, we'll get you with the title. We'll definitely get you with the title. But once you come in, we're going to give you the information. We're going to give you the good, bad, and the ugly. So let's talk about some of these numbers. We can see, number one, that the average gross revenue of the territories in the group, $223,000 for the average, right? And that is including. Okay, there's no fine print that was included here. And the highest gross revenue in a territory to $697,000. Now, for some of you, you may go, that's not a lot of money. $697,000 in a territory. We often, for those of you who have seen our newsletters, we've shown franchises that, owners are doing 10, 12, $15 million in a territory. But what you'll see is that based on the startup cost, like one of the things that we look at for our clients is, and we're always looking at, is what's the sales to investment ratio? Meaning, like based on the investment that you have to make, right? The investment that you have to make, what are the average sales in terms of like a multiple? And what does it look like on the high and low end? So when we look at some of the bottom 25% do an average of $37,000 in revenue. The third quartile does $81,000 on average. The second quartile averages $246,000 in revenue. What's interesting is that there are 24. They based it off of the franchisees, is what the quartiles are based on, not territories. So you have most of the franchisees are in the second quartile. Most of the territories are in the second quartile, with the average gross revenue of the territories being $246,000. So let's say if you have a franchisee that owns 2 territories, like that would be what, $492,000 based on the average. Now, so your question might be, well, do I have to pay this for all new territories? The answer is no, because some of these like startup costs may be one-time cost, or for staff that when you get another territory, you don't have it. But for an additional territory, you would typically pay an additional franchise fee, which are sometimes discounted based on the number that you own. So hopefully that's helpful. So these are the numbers. Highest grossing territory, $697,000. If you only put in 64 grand or 80 grand to get it up and running, and you're getting a 10x sales to investment ratio, I think that's pretty interesting. Benefits for the franchisee: they have a nationwide call center, right? So some people ask like, should I buy a franchise? What's the benefit? Maybe I should start my own thing. Like these are one of the benefits, right? A lot of these service-based franchises are starting to provide call centers where it's like, you don't have to hire a bunch of staff. You pay the franchisor some sort of nominal fee on a monthly basis so that, all of your calls are being routed to a call center that the franchisor oversees, which is pretty cool. So they field leads and schedule services, so you don't have to answer incoming calls or pay for someone to do that for you, right? Which is pretty cool. Low investment of, you can get one territory of 100 grand. We talked about that. They have some pretty cool territory, some fantastic software that runs the business for the franchisees. Also manages the employees in vehicles, which is pretty interesting. It's called BootNet, which is pretty funny. By the way, for those of you who want to see if this franchise or any other franchises are available in your area, you can go to franchiseempire.com/check territory. I just replaced the little banner below. And our team can check and see if this is available or what franchises are available for you. And has recurring revenue, right? So recurring revenue is huge. It's something I talk about in the top half of the newsletter. I talk about recurring revenue and how it can help you sell your business for more money. So if you didn't get that blurb in that email, definitely go to our website, pull up the article so you can see it, because it was, I think, pretty enlightening on how having a business with recurring revenue can help you actually sell the business for more money. The other thing is they have a super simple business model, right? And then you're a part of Authority Brands. So Authority Brands has a bunch of different other franchisor companies where you can network and get referrals from some of the sister franchise brands. And you also have opportunities to open multiple franchise brands that are under one umbrella with a company using similar systems and softwares overall. So again, we already talked about that, franchiseempire.com/check territory.